area. So you can see I would call it my my bust dart. Okay, so if I have to hold this, we return back to our 1 inch which we added. So I just quickly open up the sides of this, okay, and tuck in this 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to open up the center of it and lay one on top of it. Let me quickly, at this side, remember we had this tucked into at 1 inch. So now we added extra inches to it, which is forming our bust dart for us. So I'm going to align the armhole first with the armhole of the tube. So that is the first thing you do. Make sure the armhole fits in first. So once we align the armhole, the other excess we have, we are going to trim off into the 1 inch. So you can see that. So I'll just cut off what I have at this point. So before I do that, I will also secure. So you actually need enough pins to do this work. So whatever I do on this side now, that is exactly what I'm going to do on the other side. So I'll now come in with my scissors and I'm going to open up the center of the bust dart. This is the center forming the bust dart for us, as you can see. So I'm going to trim off the excess accordingly so it lays flat. Can you see? So I'm trimming off the excess. So if you are trimming the excess, please, you need to be careful. You have the excess trimmed at 1 inch. So I'm trimming the excess exactly at 1 inch to the dart. Can you see? So I'll come in, lay this on top of this. Can you see that? So you can see it's actually laying nice and flat. So I'll come with my needle and thread now, and I'll take my time to stitch while I have this lay beside that. So I'm going to take my time to stitch right now. I believe you are seeing what I'm doing here. So I'm going to do like a tack work, which I will do very, very neatly. Okay, which no one will notice there's something tacked at that point. This might actually take me time, but then it's good you come out with a good finished work. So you can see me tacking this. So if you don't know how to tack, you can also read on how to tack. There are different kinds of tacking for different dresses that comes out beautifully well and neat. So after tacking, I'll also place, like, if I want, I'll just trim out some lace patches and cover up that part. Okay, so I will be doing that with my uhu gum. That is if I want, but if you don't want, you can also use your needle and thread and tack accordingly. So I'm going to finish up the tacking of this part, and I'll repeat the same thing I did on this side for the other part. So once I'm done, I'll come back to show you what next to do. So you can see me laying the other under. So you need your pins, very important. Your pins are very, very important for you to do this work. So by tacking, I'm not tacking up to the lining. I'm just tacking it right on the fabric, okay? So I put my finger below, as you can see, on the armhole area, and separated my lining from my fabric. So I finish up this right now, then we'll move on to the alright. So at this point, with my needle and thread, I've held my lace on top of my bustier, as you can see, so making sure everything lays perfectly and nice. So now I take off the lace part because I'm sewing tacking. Okay, so you have to tack all around. I tacked all around with tiny tackings, okay, in a way you will not even notice anything, any stitch around this area. So I'm still arranging to be sure it lays smooth without foldings and all that. Okay, all right. So for the neckline, I've started tacking from here. You need to tack that point as well. So I thought of showing you how I did it. Make sure you take off all pins, okay, that you used to hold it on the dress form. So I push in my hand. As I'm tacking, I'm not allowing my tacks to get to my lining. Okay, so I'm tacking just on top, okay, only on the fabric. That is how I'm tacking. So you have to be conscious of your tack. So this is how I'm tacking around the tube neckline. So I'll keep doing that till I get to the end. So I just want to show you what I'm doing so you can see how I'm holding it. You have to hold it and lay it accordingly. So I'll keep tacking like that till I get to the end.